It seemed to be listing on Facebook a little bit. That may shift back. So, good morning. Good to see you, St. John's, as we get awake a little bit this morning. I'm out in California. Yeah, we're listing again. It's not an earthquake. It's just shifting out here in California. We are out here. Christy had surgery a little earlier than anticipated. Things got moved around, nothing dramatic. But it is what happened. So we're out here. She's still in the hospital, but doing fantastic. Hopefully today she'll be released to do rehab for the next 15 days out here in this place that we found to rent. So your continued prayers would go well. She's got a few side effects still, but doing very, very, very well. So it's good to see you. So I get to worship with a lot of you the same way, which is online. And so I'm excited to be able to do that, even though I am far from home. Pastor Ann will be preaching on Jonah this morning, a great text. Now, this morning's text, we are not necessarily going to get into the big fish story. The text of Jonah is actually, well, it's an interesting text. There we go. I'm going to move my phone over so that YouTubers don't have to see that so much. There we go. So it's an interesting text. That's what we'll be looking at this morning for Jonah, and talking about the love of God and how that works, and how God calls us into unique situations from time to time. So we'll be doing that, and I'll evidently be improving my streaming setup here because I can't quite get the hang of that. But it is good to see you this morning as we get ready for worship. If you're planning to come to worship at St. John's, we invite you to do so. However, because of the current situation with COVID, we are asking that registrations happen. You can do that online. I think even this morning, if there are spots open, you can still do that. And we'd ask that you do that. If you, for some reason or another, forget, please inform an usher when you get there, so that they can record the fact that you were there, mostly for tracing purposes and just to keep everybody else safe in case. Don't like this stuff, but that's the way it happens. And so we're hanging on the best we can with all of that stuff, COVID related and otherwise. So yeah, so it's been an interesting week on a lot of fronts, not just with the Glesneys on their own personal health front, but also in lots of other ways. You no doubt have noticed that there was an election this last week, and the counting took some time, and some patience was needed, and there were some struggles, and still probably will be some here and there about the future direction of our nation. And as your pastor is fiddling with his phone here, we note that, well, God is still trying to do what God is doing, and God does what God gets to do, and leads his people and strengthens us. And as they say, God is still on the throne no matter who is president. So we continue to pray for those in authority, and for those who struggle, and for those who hope in all of this stuff. This will not sit still. It sat still before I started, just so you know. But absolutely crazy. Maybe that'll work better. All right. Let's see here. You can still see my phone. I hate that. Oh, well, you're going to have to see the bottom of my phone case. It's just the way it goes. A couple of things to keep you up to speed on. There's the worship note that I already made for you there about joining us in person. We're going to continue, of course, to do all those things and pay attention. So if we need to be nimble and change as the course goes by, we will do that. That seems to be the way life is in 2020. We have to be nimble and adapt to new things, but yet the Lord goes with us, and we manage pretty well, I think, through all these things. A couple of things in the news that I noticed. Also, speaking of blessings, it is a new member Sunday for us. We'll have the next 2 weekends. We probably may have new members drop in. Some are doing so virtually for the first time we've ever done it that way because of COVID. But we have a good number. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 families that are joining us at this particular time, and a couple more down the road. So we give thanks to God that the membership of St. John's continues to increase even during this time of COVID and change and awkwardness and phones that keep shifting on us and all that kind of stuff. So we give thanks to God for that this morning as we worship and we bring them in to fellowship with us as we continue to grow as the family of God at St. John's. So that being said, we also, continue. We're back in the middle of our building campaign, our One Vision and our stewardship. So we're going to continue to focus on that. We've made it to 1.5 million so far as pledges go. So if you have not yet done so, we would really prayerfully need your support on this to make our future plans a little bit easier to make. So if you could do that, that would be great and greatly anticipated and appreciated. More information is about that in the news as well. You can find that, or if you have any questions, you can call the church office, and Sherry will be happy to guide you through that process and answer any questions that you might have as far as being able to do that. We are still planning on our Advent and Christmas schedule. So Advent will all be online, so you'll know that right off the bat. And Christmas at this point, we're still trying to plan on in-person services of some kinds. And that could alter, but we're going to do our best to do some planning ahead of time to make sure that gets set in place, and we'll do the best that we can. So that's about all we can kind of do. Joy Zone continues to do port meetings and Zoom. More information about that is in the news, or you can email Amy and connect there. We'd love to have you connect there as well. And there's still opportunities to serve our community and to be the hands and feet of Christ in the Bloomington Normal area. You can take a look in the news for new opportunities there. Kids are doing homeless nights, so they've been in my prayers last night and today as well. They're probably groggily waking up. I hear it's been a beautiful weekend in Bloomington Normal, so they should be doing quite well weather-wise, but it's a good opportunity to educate, to remember those who do not have, even in this time of COVID, all the things that we get to have. When we are restricted to homes, we have at least homes to be restricted to. Not everyone is able to do that. And as the more intense weather starts to happen in the Midwest, we remember those folks and we work with them and keep them in our prayers and thoughts going forward. There's a work day on November 10th. For Midwest Food Bank. I don't know where the sign-up stands for that, but you can check that out online as well. Lots of other opportunities to do that as well. If you're able to help us out at church, and you can hold a camera still, which evidently I can't if you're watching this on YouTube, we do need some help on Saturday nights and on Sunday mornings for our COJ service. And then going forward, after the first of the year, we stream our all our services, so our traditional service as well. So if you could be there at 8:30 in the morning, a little earlier than that actually, to help us out with that, that would be great. Something we're looking forward to. We're still doing the giving tree this year, but it's different. So you can find out more information in the news about that, but we'll continue to talk about that as the weeks move forward as well. And we are looking at places for our old pews to go, and if you are able to help us out with that, you can find more information about that in the news. So I'd have you take a look there. So I'm getting tired trying to hold my camera still. So I think we'll close with a prayer this morning and the richest blessings as we prepare our hearts and minds for worship online or in person at St. John's. We give thanks for all our blessings this week. I'll add a few on there, and I will let Christy know of your good thoughts. And hopefully, like I said, I just got a text from her right as I started this thing with my phone moving and my cameras shifting, that her doctor stopped in, everything was good, and she should be discharged today. So if you've ever been discharged from a hospital, you know that can be an interesting experience, can take some time, but I'm hoping that will happen relatively soon. So we get to start our rehab back here at our little rental. So let's close with prayer this morning, won't we? Gracious Lord, as we close this time together in prayer We ask that you continue to guide us to open our lives this morning in worship and in praise, to give thanks to you for all that you have done and all that you continue to promise to do, that you call us into the future to share your love, which sometimes makes us feel a little uncomfortable, but guide us, forgive us, and be with us as we seek to share your love, grace, and understanding with all people. We give you thanks for your servants at St. John's who work with us for you in this world, that all may come to know your name and love, forgiveness, and grace in Jesus Christ. We ask your grace upon all those who are healing this day, for those who mourn, for those who are celebrating as well. Be with them and wrap them in your joy. We give you thanks for so many things. And we ask you continue to bless us and strengthen us in the ways that you see that we need most this day, through our Lord, your risen Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Well, may God bless you this day and be with you. And we will check in with you again as time goes by. It's an adventure, this thing called life, and I'm glad I'm able to do part of it with you guys as well at St. John's. So be well, be blessed, and we'll see you again real soon. Love you lots. Bye-bye.